Boys and girls, that is Wales. This is Penybont FC, and this is a match day vlog. Come, 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 come. I've snuck round the side where it's a little bit quieter. We've had to walk down the road here and then sneak through the bush past this mysterious man who's on his phone and then into this little bit of wasteland next to this fence because I wanted a quiet place where I could just explain what was going on, because I realised this is a main channel video that might not make a lot of sense if you're not subscribed to LOLLUJO 2 or if you don't watch me over at twitch.tv/LOLLUJO. But basically for the last month, 6 weeks or so, pretty much since the start of the year, until very recently when I moved on to Switzerland, but I was managing Penybont in the Welsh Premier League, and we had a lovely time. We grew very, very attached to the football club, so attached that we obviously had to arrange a trip to Wales. Hence, that's where we are. I'm actually the match sponsor of today's match as well, so there's probably a fancier spot where I could go to film this bit, but to be honest, sneaking round the back next to the fence definitely feels a little bit more my speed. But we're gonna go in, watch the match in the Welsh Cup quarter-final, do a little match day vlog, and see what other shenanigans find their way into the video as well. And I'm glad I'm wearing my muddy, muddy boots, because this is very wet and boggy around here. Knowing that it's possible to get a pint of Bale lager really makes me wish I drank alcohol. Got it, haven't you? Yeah. We've made it in. Here we are, look. Little sneaky early access. We have a little wander around, see what's what. I'm always very excited. It's a big cup quarter-final. Having the TV guys here is all well and good, but it doesn't half make me feel inadequate when I see their gear and compare it to mine. Yo. I think it's pretty safe to assume I taught them all how to do all that. You're welcome. If you've ever questioned just how tall I am, look at that. Disregard that. Goals are smaller here, I think. Got my fancy little match day sponsor lanyard as well. Can we steal the lanyards?
We should.
Now remember how I looked at a goal earlier? Just to give you an example of how short Sheepdog is. Look at the state of that. Zealand size. So this game, quite the big deal for Penybont. It's the quarter-final of the Welsh Cup. We've just had it explained to us that there is a European qualification space at stake for the Welsh Cup. Penybont are currently also third in the league. So a couple of opportunities to qualify for Europe, and for a club this size, qualifying for Europe is massive. Just getting into the Conference League is worth £250,000 to the club. And for a club of this size, which no disrespect to Penybont, they are awesome, but as you can see, it's equivalent of kind of tier 6 England, facilities wise and budget wise. They're a part-time club. An injection of £250,000 for a match that you can just go and lose, it doesn't matter, you get the £250,000 anyway, is huge for the ongoing development and growth of the club. So we want them to win today and then win a couple more times and get into the Conference League, because we want there to be more of a level playing field here in Wales, where at the moment TNS is the only full-time team, qualify for the Champions League every year and then lose their qualifier for that, which gets them into the Europa League. They lose the qualifier for that, gets them into the Conference League. They get 3 matches in Europe guaranteed, even if they lose them all, because they're basically guaranteed to win the Welsh Premier League. That makes them like £750,000. So we need that level playing field, or closer to, which is why qualifying for Europe for a team like Penybont is so important. So up the Bont, let's go do a football. Because it's broadcast on TV, unlike with a lot of the vlogs we've been able to do before, I'm not ever going to be able to point the camera at the pitch, so...
How are they going to stop you?
I'll get sued afterwards. It's the football, look at it! An actual football. I'm not kicking that back. There you go, Sheepdog's having that. Oh, look at that, proper sportsman. They're trying to hit me, I'm sure of it.
Match sponsors LOLLUJO.
That's me. Big thumbs up for saying it right as well. I love that the commentators are just on a decorating table on the grass. That's amazing. Well, we're about 10-15 minutes in. Not a lot has happened so far. There was one moment where we thought the other lot had scored and no one else reacted, and we established that they probably hadn't scored, and it is still showing as 0-0. It's like a shot that we were directly behind, and it looked like it had just popped into the top corner, but I guess it went just over. Unless we're the only ones who saw it, but it remains 0-0, although, as I am speaking, Holywell have just scored. Boo indeed. I mean, it's just a ball over the top. Their striker got between the Bont back four and the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper had come well out because it was kind of turned over as a counter-attack. He was on the edge of his penalty area and they've just lobbed it over him into an open goal. And yeah, it's 14 minutes in. Bont are losing 1-0. They need to turn this ship around and do a football. There's chants and stuff going on, it's very sad. Half an hour in, very nearly an equaliser. Just a massive chance from a free kick over on this side. Floats over, headed back across goal and just absolutely leathered wide. It looked, I mean, it was this close. It's coming, knocking on the door. So 5 minutes to go before half time. I'm putting the camera on now because there's a Penybont free kick, and the last time I had the camera on, it led to a goal. So I'm thinking if the camera is on, there'll be a big cheer. Goal just before half time would be ideal. It's coming in from the right hand side and it's headed clear. That didn't work at all. My plan is foiled and it's cleared. 1-0 still, 41 minutes. There's still time for a goal before half time. Just queuing up for the half time refreshments. I've noticed there's Apple Tango here, which immediately ranks this as the best football catering in the history of the world ever, because it's the best beverage ever, and I've never seen it at a football match before. I'm very excited for a can of Apple Tango. So, official halftime food review. I do have, of course, the Apple Tango, the greatest drink in the universe. I know that's good. Cheeseburger. They did have a double cheeseburger, but, you know, gallstones. He likes the cheeseburger as well, apparently. It's a cheeseburger. Second half is underway. We have relocated to behind the goal that Bont are shooting towards in the hopes that we can just kind of draw a goal towards us. It's still 1-0. It's only just kicked off for the second half. They are sneaking down this side of the pitch though, but dealt with again. I've just been talking at half time. I don't remember the last time I came to one of these match day vlogs and actually saw a win, going back through Preston and Peterborough Sports, Leamington. I think I might be cursed. It's going to get to the point where clubs don't let me in for these matches.
It's in the mud, in the mud!
It's 1-1, ball comes in from this side over here, it's just nodded into the back of the net. I don't know who scored it. Who scored?
I don't know, but Jesus is in the mud.
It's 1-1, it's game on. Up the Bont. It has been all Bont in this second half. Relentlessly attacking again. And I feel like there's another goal coming, which is why you're here to share that with us. That was close. Headed clear. This is much more like it in this second half. So about halfway through the second half now, it is a constant barrage of crosses from Bont. There's been another one scrambled off the line as well. The second goal feels like it's coming. And Sheepdog's been relentlessly bullying the goalkeeper every time he takes a goal kick.
Go on, blast it wide!
Because he's a monster. There you go, that one didn't go straight out for a throw, it had to bounce first. Well, it really is kicking off now, red card.
You next, keeper, you're on a yellow.
So there's probably 15 minutes left to defeat 10 men. Apparently if it is 1-1 at the end, it goes straight to penalties, so I'm informed. So, need a goal, because penalties scare me. Oh, Bont have just hit the post, just shot from outside the area, hit the bottom of the far post, just bounced back out into the goalkeeper's hands. It is so close, but there is so little time left. They just got to keep throwing men forward. Well, well, well. Last moments of the match, and there is a penalty to Bont.
Yeah, exactly.
Here we go. It must be like the 95th minute. Foul just down here. it's a penalty kick to win the match and get into the semi-final of the cup. It's so much fun watching the players argue with the linesman and the referee. And this linesman's great because he keeps giving it back.
Yeah, good job, Lino.
But here we go. The goalkeeper, that sheepdog, has been relentlessly going after the entire game. He's all that stands in the way of Bont in the semi-final of the Welsh Cup. Here we go.
Pressure. This is a perfect finish.
Come on, can we break my matchday vlog curse? Wonderful stuff, 2-1. Holywell had just had a second player sent off for absolutely, trying to snap the leg of a Bont player who'd gone down into the corner flag to just play out the clock. He just, he tried to kick him over the fence and he's off. They're now against 9 men and a free kick down here. Could there be a third goal in this, maybe? And there we have it from the resulting free kick. They just kept the ball in the corner, final whistle, 2-1 win. Lovely stuff, yeah. I can now officially say I am not a bad luck curse on doing matchday vlogs. 2-1, wonderful stuff. Well, what more could you want from a day out at the football? Absolutely under the cosh in the first half. Looked like it was just going to be a miserable day. 1-0 down at half-time. Decent burger, and the burger seems to have turned it around. We got behind the goal. We cheered the Bont on. There was the first red card for Holywell. There was the second, then we had the penalty. Then the second red card. There was squabbling amongst the players. It was a fierce encounter in that second half. And it was just a wonderful afternoon out at the football. What a lovely little club this is. I'd like to come back for the semi-final, but I feel like I'm probably not going to be able to fit that into the schedule. But oh, that was awesome. Well worth the trip. If you're anywhere near the local area, you need to come out and support this awesome little club in their quest to get into Europe. One step closer. I, of course, now have a 4-hour drive home, so I think I need to go and hit the road. What a day out, what a win. Up the Bont. They've just done a football. If you haven't watched any of this series over on LOLLUJO 2, make sure you go over and subscribe to that. The love for this club is very real over there. And next stop, I think, is Switzerland as part of Matchday Vlogs for the stream save, because we're now managing Servette. So I'm getting into this Matchday vlogging like. Thanks for watching, folks. Toodle pip.